Hi, thanks for joining us. My name is Kristin, and you are watching an as-yet-to-be-titled show that we like to put on before we go live with a local band. We've got Mike Mason here. You're the vocalist for Inhumed. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem. It's good to be here.
Now, since the show doesn't have a name, would you have one that you'd like to suggest?
My band is lovingly entitled it Cravat, Rouge.
Ooh, okay. Maybe that's the new name of the show. All right, so tell me about your band, Inhumed. You guys have been playing together since 2016. You say you, met someone. What would your elevator pitch be? Be like, hey, my band's playing a show tonight. And they're like, cool, what's that like?
You probably won't like it, but... No, the band started... Blair, the drummer, Ian, and I were in Leica together since 2010 or 11 maybe. So we've been in a band together for just over 10 years now.
Okay.
And then, as always happens with bands, half the band stopped showing up for jams. So Ian, Blair, and I started writing new stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was the bassist. And then I switched over to vocals when I was kind of showing people how to do vocals, like what we were wanted for the songs.
Okay.
And Ian said we're looking for a bass player, so I took over the mic, I guess.
Nice. So before we started this interview, we talked jokingly about doing this entire interview in our death metal voices.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think I can do that. I would definitely lose my voice. And then I asked you, have you ever lost your voice because of the strain it puts on your throat during a show? And you said you haven't.
I mean, in the early days I did for sure.
Okay.
But it's just you learn how to do it properly. You learn what hurts and not to do that.
Okay, makes sense.
Some people don't learn that and they go and they ruin their voices.
Yeah.
If you do it properly, it's I'm not gonna say it's as easy as singing, but you know what I mean. It's not as damaging as people think.
Well, and like everything else, you got to find what works for you, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So gore-themed death metal. That's your brand.
Yeah.
How did you land on that?
I'm a big fan of Cannibal Corpse, and they're very gore themed. So I think that kind of took me on when I started writing lyrics. That kind of came easy for me.
Okay.
And that hasn't really stopped. But we are kind of moving away from the gore themed. I do a lot about anti-religious parts, and I have we're moving on from just the gore, but we'll always do a bit of gore.
Nice. Okay. You did call yourself a disgusting poet.
Yes.
As we were kind of just chatting before the interview, getting to know it. So how do you decide what the lyrical content's going to be for any given song?
It's anything. I get a little bit of inspiration where I could be watching a movie. My wife and I'll be sitting there watching, and she'll look over at me, and I'm feverishly on my phone, just banging something because I heard one line. Mm-hmm. One of our bigger songs that the fans love was the last song we play 99% of the time is called Feed the Corpse to the Pigs, and that's taken directly from Snatch. So, not lyrically, but the inspiration for it for sure.
Well, and that's also some of the album artwork you have, right?
Yeah, that's our album cover.
Yeah. Very cool.
Pigs eating a corpse, yeah.
So I think something that kind of commonly happens with metal bands, especially if you get into death metal, black metal, whatever, is people that don't understand it or don't know anything about it. They're like, oh my God, how could you? Has anybody ever been upset with you because they didn't really get it?
No, I don't think so. I think you could kind of take a look at me and get that that I'm a metal guy in any case. But no, I don't think anybody's been kind of blown away that I do death metal. I used to share it on Facebook all the time. I'm off Facebook now. Those guys are jerks.
I wanted to talk. You're talking about you used to be the bass player. You have a different bass player in this version of the band, and he's got a very interesting gimmick.
That's the Murderlizer.
The Murderlizer. So if you're not familiar, he wears a balaclava. I've seen him with lots of blood on his arms.
Bloody.
Tell me about that. How does that play into everything that you guys do on stage?
Well, I mean, we're gore themed, so it kind of just works into that. But he also just needs an alibi, so that's why he plays with us, so he can say that he was jamming when if things ever happen. He's got the
very sneaky, fantastic.
He's a smart fellow with that balaclava.
So stay tuned for that. You're going to see the Murderlizer live and in the flesh next week, which is going to be very exciting. So as a band, how did you guys cope with the lockdowns? What did you guys do? Did you do some writing? Were you guys able to get together to rehearse, or how did you spend that time?
Yeah, Ian is always writing. He's just got this brain that he can just pump out riffs, and they're always just bangers. We rarely throw out a song because the song, when he sends us a song, it's always a well drafted thing. So it's not the first draft that he does. You know, he's gone through it, and so it's pretty much a finished song. And then Nick and Liam and Blair take their time and do their thing to it, and then usually once the song is started and it's going, then I have probably 20 chunks of lyrics in my phone that don't have any music to them yet.
Okay.
So I can just kind of listen to the music and see what pacing of which lyrics work for it, and I can just kind of smack that to it and change things around, make it fit, add syllables, take away syllables, you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh. This summer, I saw that you guys did play a couple of shows. You even played Fusion Fest. What were those first couple shows back like after you guys probably hadn't played for a while?
Okay, they were pretty fun to bend rules at, because there was a rule that only 5 people could sit at a table.
Okay.
So right at the front of the stage, I noticed there was a table with 5 guys, and there was one guy that kept turning around to another table and talking to them. So I went up to him and I was like, "Hey man, do you know those guys?" And he said, "Yeah, you know, we're friends or whatever." And so I said, "If I buy you a beer, can you sit over there?" And he goes, "Well, why?" And I told him, "Well, just wait and see," sort of thing. So he goes, "Sure." So I bought him a beer. He went and hung with his other buddies, and so that meant that because there was only 4 people at that table, I could stand on it. So I walked over the monitors, and I was standing on the table doing my vocals there, and you know, so it was fun to kind of bend the rules but stay by them, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were pretty strange at first. Fusion Fest was awesome because it was open air, so there was people were wearing masks and everything, being safe, but it wasn't wear a mask or get the hell out sort of thing. It was pretty laid back, but safe enough. You know, there's huge grounds. People were keeping their distance. It was well done.
When I feel like people just had like a much bigger level of comfortability with outdoor shows, particularly in the summer, right? Like.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Nice. So Inhumed. Apt name for the kind of stuff that you do, to place in a grave or to bury. Love it.
Indeed.
I had to look it up. I couldn't not know what that meant.
That's fair.
But on the topic of names, we did a little bit of research on you, and it came to light that you have a very fun and tropical nickname.
Uh-oh.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you got the nickname Daiquiri Boy?
Oh, shit, really? There's only one group you could have been talking to about that one. Okay, there was a party at good buddy Derek Kroll's house, the drummer from Votov and various other awesome bands. Great drummer, great musician, great fella. And his parents' house, actually. And there's a licensed bartender there, and somebody ordered a drink. And they didn't pick it up, so he said, "Who wants a daiquiri?" So I said, "Sure, I'll take it." So I took it and I slammed it, and the guy goes, "That was a triple shot. You shouldn't have done that."
Oh my.
So I'm sitting there, and this is midnight, 1 a.m, so we've been drinking all day by this point. Smoking cigars, and like it was.
Well, it sounds like it's going to come to a terrible conclusion. Please tell us.
It was an amazing party. It was a fantastic party. But yeah, so I slammed this drink back, and it's a small basement, so people are partying on the stairs and stuff. So I'm going up the stairs, and I'm literally pulling people down to get around them. And these people are tumbling down behind me, and I get outside, I boot the door open, and it showered the gazebo in a strawberry daiquiri. And that's how I became Daiquiri Boy. I want to know who told you that.
We're not real journalists, but we can't reveal our sources. Sorry.
I'm impressed with that one. That was many years ago. That's funny.
So you guys recently played a Halloween show. So like the horror Halloween that was at the Bulldog Event Center. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was a great time. We played with a band out of Saskatchewan called oh, come on, brain. Alien to the Ignorant, and they were very good. Like they impressed us very much. And then Book of Ghosts opened, and holy crap, are those guys good? The local boys, they've had them for a while out, but they haven't been able to play a show because of COVID. So that was their first show, so it was an honor to play with them because they're all old friends of ours, right? Yeah, that was a very fun show. That was a good time.
There's something just so fun about music, particularly the style of music you guys play and how well that fits Halloween.
Yeah, and it worked out beautifully because it was October 30th, And my anniversary is the 31st, so I got to
Perfect.
just slid right in there.
Nice, nice. So you guys are up for some Loud Music Awards, and those are actually taking place while we're taping this interview. You guys are up for Band of the Year, Album of the Year, and you yourself up for Vocalist of the Year. Very cool.
Yeah, no, it's a big honor to be nominated for it. I didn't win the Vocalist last night, but yeah, we have, I think, the Metal Band of the Year's tonight, and then Album of the Year's tomorrow.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about the album that you guys were nominated for?
Yeah, this is the gore-themed one. The album that we were on there for is our single. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
This one is the Defiance of Faith EP, and it has a Defiance of Faith. It has another song of ours called I Feel Nothing. And then it has Feed the Corpse to the Pigs with a Snatch intro on it.
Awesome.
And it was only released on cassette.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I did see the cassette on your Facebook page.
Through
Very
Frozen
cool.
Hell Records.
Why'd you guys choose to do a cassette?
Frozen Hell Records, or Frozen Hell, yeah, I think it's Frozen Hell Records, is they mainly work in cassette tapes.
Cool.
And it's run by Nick Campbell from Suburban Hypocrites.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all the questions I had for you, unless there's anything else you want people out there to know about your band.
Well, right now we're working on Volume 2. We have, I think, maybe 2-3 songs to finish, and then we're jumping into the studio. We've got long sleeve shirts that we've made with our Defiance of Faith artwork on it, which is a pope with his eye taken out and his tongue cut out, the Vatican burning behind him. It's very, very fitting for Christmas. So yeah, we've got that shirt. We're trying to sling those out for to fund the album. We're also going to be making merch packages, and including those are laser cut cutting boards.
Oh, cool.
Like wood cutting boards with our logo on it. Yeah, we're just trying to get some money, pump out some merch, get some money to do Volume 2, and hopefully get an awesome kickoff show for that one.
Nice. Well, I hope to see one of those shirts when you guys perform next week. That would be very cool.
Yeah, we could probably bring a few of them, yeah.
Nice. All right. So please join us live. The full band live stream with Inhumed is going to be taking place on Saturday, November 27th at 4 p.m. It's going to be streaming on Facebook, so you can tune in from wherever you are. And we also have a GoFundMe running right now. So if you are in a place where you might be able to donate a little bit of money, we would really, really appreciate you considering making a donation. You can check out the video that explains why we're asking for donations, because putting live streams on like this and helping bands like Mike's get some exposure, we can't really do that for free. So we'd really, really appreciate if you just consider helping us out. Can't wait to see you when we go live on November 27th.